So I'm glad my brother got them charges dropped because
Sounds wild.
when you're a man and you want to be something impressive to your kids, domestic at you and get you arrested in front of your kids?
Marcellus Wiley was arrested last month at the Orlando World Center Marriott on a domestic charge. The state attorney's office says there's not enough evidence to get a conviction. Wiley denies
that accusation completely. But how could he possibly accept a conviction when there's no evidence? How can someone be found guilty in the court of public opinion without proof? No evidence, yet a career damaged, a reputation damaged, and now he's forced to launch an entire PR campaign. At 51 years old, he says he's fighting for something much bigger than a headline. He's fighting for his name, his children's future, and the image they have of him. Because once something reaches the internet, it can stay there forever. And beyond all of that, he says he's fighting for his legacy, which may matter more than anything else. What makes these kinds of movements especially dangerous, according to him, is how quickly people can pile on. Once your opponents see you struggling, they can join forces with anyone else who already dislikes you. It may have nothing to do with the original situation. Maybe they dislike your personality. Maybe something you said offended them. Whatever the reason, they can rally around the same target and suddenly make sure everyone is against you.
You ever have beef with somebody and then linking up with the person that don't like you trying to go against you?
Of course.
That's pretty much what the system is. It's like it's set in place to destroy you, and it's there to destroy all people who think outside the box. And people who have conflict, these types of people use the system by default to maximize their effort.
Marcellus Wiley, hey, what the hell wrong with you, boy? You all worded your wife? Man, you is a sick bastard, bro. You is sick, bro. I knew you was sick, man, when all those charges that came out about you in college, man.
And then comes what he describes as the predictable response from the sisterhood. The argument becomes he was already problematic, people didn't like his personality on television, he acted as though he knew better than everyone else, and he constantly told people how they should behave. So now, some argue, this is simply what he deserves, because people have a tendency to attack someone hardest when that person is already struggling.
Against his wife. Oh, y'all know Marcellus Wiley, Mr. Morality, Mr. Let me tell you how you supposed to live. You know, the ex-NFL player who's always hating on black.
According to this argument, the absence of evidence doesn't change anything. Neither does the lack of logic or proper due process. The only process some people seem interested in is one that ends someone's career. And that's the point being made here. Cancellation itself has become a kind of business.
And they said that the physical evidence and witness testimony didn't corroborate the claims that were being made.
After the charges were dropped, testimonial evidence was not corroborated by physical or other evidence. This is what we learned from the actual prosecutors. The DA therefore deemed insufficient to obtain a conviction.
Now, two political commentators from opposite sides are making essentially the same argument, and that leads to a bigger question. What happens when someone's reputation and livelihood are deliberately put at risk? The speaker believes that was the intention behind the allegation against Wiley. So the question becomes simple. What happens to the person who made the accusation? What consequences follow? The answer, according to the speaker, is absolutely nothing.
Right, I don't know who's wrong, but I know that there's always an imbalance between the number of outlets that report an arrest and the number of outlets that report the dropping of charges.
But with as serious as these allegations are, my question is simple. Is there a follow-up video? Is there a retraction? Is there anything? Absolutely not. But why push that truth when a lie gets you through?
The charges against Marcellus Wiley have been dropped, according to TMZ. This is a pretty surprising update considering the stories we heard coming out of this July.
People often lie, yet accusations are frequently assumed to be true. Unlike an average person, Wiley had the financial means to hire attorneys and get the prosecutor to drop the case due to insufficient evidence. Despite this, no public correction was made. highlighting society's history of using unproven accusations to influence outcomes instead of relying on due process.
Right, I don't know who's wrong, but I know that there's always an imbalance between the number of outlets that report an arrest and the number of outlets that report the dropping of charges.
Charges against Marcellus Wiley have been dropped, according to TMZ.
Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, don't forget the person the speaker jokingly labels the #1 draft pick when it comes to false accusation controversies, Miss Rhoda Osman. He compares her record to a 3-time champion, using the Chicago Bulls as the reference point.
The woman at the center of an alleged rape case that gripped the nation nearly 20 years ago now says she made the whole story up.
Aziz Ansari is one of the most popular comedians in the world right now, but in 2017, he defeated a false Me Too allegation. Ansari was not being accused of assault, harassment, or anything like that. He was just being accused of taking a girl out, and she...
And the speaker insists this isn't meant to create a false equivalence. His concern is about how complicated these situations can become once the boundaries start getting blurred. When people confuse consent with assumption or truth with accusation, the facts can become difficult to follow. Someone can say one thing, later claim they meant something else, and then change their position again. At that point, figuring out what actually happened becomes extremely difficult.
Being assailed and assaulted, black men doing all this nonsense. Come to find out, it was a lie.
And they said black men don't protect us and black men don't do this. It's always the loudest when they're talking about and accusing men and trashing men. But whenever they find out a lady was lying, that she was actually doing a form of manipulation, that she was actually stealing from them, silence.
The people most vulnerable to these situations, he argues, are those who can be targeted by someone acting with a hidden motive. A fabricated story can cause enormous damage before anyone has time to verify it. The speaker isn't claiming that women don't experience wrongdoing from men. His point is that the same standard should apply to everyone. Due process has to matter.
I did, no. I mean, he took, he took my love and the vows that I made to him when we got married and totally tromped all over that. I may have said that there was punching or hitting, and there was not that to my...
Freedom of speech, he argues, doesn't give someone unlimited permission to falsely accuse another person and potentially damage their finances, expose them to legal problems, or destroy their reputation. That can cross into defamation. Yet, he questions how often false accusations actually result in defamation lawsuits, pointing to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard as one of the more prominent examples. And he asks why cases of that scale seem so rare.
Easiest to get a charge. You ready? I can say, hey, cop, yesterday, Sean came to my hotel room and he tried me, and I'll give specific detail. That is enough for you to get a charge. There will be a warrant for your arrest that same day. I'll take it further. If I go to court and I testify against you, just my statement alone is enough to convict you. Everybody is at risk. That's why I fight so hard in these cases, because I see myself.
The speaker then argues that all of this can become a self-fulfilling cycle. Some men become less interested in approaching women, while others openly say they want nothing to do with relationships. Meanwhile, people on both sides continue making claims about what they want and don't want. Some men may even travel abroad hoping to find partners who are more receptive to them and willing to build a relationship. According to the speaker, nobody should be surprised when those choices eventually produce consequences. He believes more men are beginning to question whether marriage itself is worth the risk, especially when they believe the financial and legal consequences could become overwhelming.
There were multiple restraining order violations. This is very timely because there is another reported police call. According to TMZ, Anna Marie called police alleging a possible restraining order violation. Officers responded, but police reportedly determined no crime had occurred and Marcellus was not arrested.
And I'm wondering if that'll have any, well, it has to have some effect on their divorce, because she filed for divorce.
Oh, hell yeah.
I hope it has some negative effects on
Well,
her
that's what I'm
divorce,
saying.
because if he got a lawyer, all that's gonna be brought up. This is what he tried to do, because he said everything's going forward, he's lying. And that is gonna show he lying. She a house.
People often ask whether legal fees really make that much difference, or whether a prenup is actually worth having. The speaker's answer is that legal costs can become a major weapon in a prolonged divorce. Even if one side avoids certain payments, attorneys can continue billing throughout the process. In his view, a dispute could theoretically drag on for years while the lawyers continue getting paid. That's why he believes false accusations should carry consequences. He's also pleased that Wiley isn't facing charges, although he expects some people will continue believing he did something wrong regardless of the legal outcome. And that, he argues, is part of why relationships between men and women can become increasingly difficult.
No. What? You have to do your duties forever, but she can stop being a wife as soon as you get married. And I wish you would divorce me and give me all this. You got to keep on being a husband, but she can stop being a wife. If she don't have the right mentality, you know, they have divorce parties now.
And I really have to say that it is the era of divorce parties. I've seen more divorce parties than weddings.
Outfit of the night, I'm going to a divorce party. The dress code was either all white or all black. Obviously, I chose all black. I'm wearing my black denim jumpsuit that I got from ASOS. I like styling this in different ways. Sometimes I do it with boots, but today we are doing nylons. My black manila black.
And polite savages, if you want more social commentary, check out the playlist right here. For the newest release, you can find that right there as well. As always, thank you for watching.